Hey, what are you doing?
I'm going to pour a Honda B Series oil pump for better flow, better pressure, volume. As you can see, there's a lot of sharp edges in there that oil doesn't like to go around in the inlet, out of the pump to the block. So we're going to go in there and modify that. So same as like a aftermarket companies. A lot of the high volume ones, it's basically the same thing that they do that we do, except we are cheaper.
Good.
So these are the basic tools we use. Die grinder, this is obviously air operated. 1/4 inch shanks. These are basically the tools you're going to want to get. You can use a Dremel, usually a little bit longer of a carbide. The fatter flutes are more for aluminum. Finer is usually for steel, but these ball styles work really well in really tight spaces. I also use, these are both 80 grit. This is 3/8 diameter. This is 1/4 inch diameter. Obviously these are the part numbers from Goodson. Obviously they come in a box of 50. You can probably get them in not as bulk if you're just doing something simple like this. So basically what I did is I went in there and roughed these out. As you can see, it's a lot smoother of a transition. Less cavitation, less sharp edges for air to form, which as you can see in there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out there and smooth all this out, basically blend it all together so it's nice and smooth. And
So you hit it with these first and then finish it off with the sandpaper at the end?
Yep.
And there's two different sets of, you only use 80 grit on these?
Yep. That's usually my go-to for about 95% of all my projects, heads, blocks, oil pumps. I do some 40 grit if I really have to rip through some material, but usually it's 80 grit's my kind of go-to. Anything finer than that, it's just really not my go-to. So basically, I'm just kind of guiding it into the area. Obviously, it's a nice smooth transition. Another thing I wanted to make note of is this is your oil pump surface sealing area. So you do not want to be nicking this area. We'll show you that a little bit later. Basically, where the pump rides in there, I don't want to nick it here, because obviously you're going to reduce flow, things like that. So this is pretty universal across the board for oil pumps. You can pretty much do it to any of them. This is obviously a Honda pump, but never really hurts to get a little more volume and flow out of your motor.
So he reassembled the pump and loaded the pump housing. You don't want that thing starting up dry. So very smooth transitioning, both in and out. So after all that work, it went through an ultrasonic cleaning process to make sure there wasn't any debris. Like I said, he packed the pump housing.
So you put a shim in the pressure relief spring.
What do those normally relieve at?
Well, it just comes down to your bearing clearance, but it varies. Usually you get extra 10 psi of pressure out of it, so plus more volume with flow throughout the block a little bit easier.